Hey everybody, welcome to Shooting the with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today's topic is one that was suggested by a viewer yesterday. Well, it's a topic suggested by a viewer that wouldn't get me taken out by the Illuminati because someone said, well, we should do one on who did 9/11, who caused it. Instead of doing that and getting myself in trouble, we're going to do calibers. What's the better thing to do? Should you diversify or should you consolidate? Should you have guns for every caliber you can think of, or should your guns mostly be one caliber? And that way you only got to stock up one caliber. Should they be in like the most common caliber so you can find it easily if things ever get bad, or it's less likely to be shortage on it or whatever? Or should, like I said before, should you have, anytime you went out, if shit hit the fan and you went out and you said, oh, I found a crate of 32 ACP. Should you have a gun for that? Should you have a gun for as many calibers as possible, or should you consolidate to where you only have to stock one ammo? That's what I want to know from you guys. On this one, I always go back and forth, but I always land on you should have as many calibers covered with your firearms as possible. Because if shit ever does hit the fan, or we have ammo shortages, there are certain ammos that are always on the shelf during a shortage, and there's other ammos that people won't go after and shit hit the fan. Like if they're raiding the Walmart and they can only carry so much, and they got 9mm on the shelf, they're gonna take all the 9mm. They might leave the 357 SIG behind because they probably don't got nothing that shoots it, and they can only carry so much. So if you got something that shoots it, maybe you get in there second or third. Well, then you got something you can shoot. You got something you can put it in when you get home. I'm always a firm believer of having as many options as possible. Because another thing is when you consolidate down to the most popular caliber that's easy to find, it's the first thing that goes when there's a shortage or when shit hit the fan. So I'm a firm believer of it's all about diversification when it comes to what caliber guns you own, what ammo you stock up, etc. And you don't have to stock ammo for every gun you own. Like say, I'm only going to stock 9mm. If you're only going to stock 10mm and 357 Magnum, fine, as long as you got guns for those. But having other guns to shoot different ammos is a good idea because, like I said, gives you more options. Doesn't mean you got to stock every ammo. You can stock whatever you want to stock, but you should have options to shoot whatever you find in a bad situation, be it a short-term shortage of ammo or long-term shit hit the fan situation. That's my opinion. Let's see what other people think. Let's see what the common people are saying over here in the comment section. And speaking of common people, you don't get much more common than Ghost Shadow. And he weighed in saying, I hand load, so as long as I have brass, primers, and powder, I have ammo. Diversify is good as I have more options. Yeah, well, I think I agree. Diversity is good. Have more options. Did I not click on Ghost Shadow when I said that? There he is. There he clicked up there. Practical Bacon says, both have their merits. I chose to diversify. That way I can shoot whatever ammo I can find if there is a big run on a particular caliber. Yes, that's one of the things I think a lot of us has experienced that. When there was 22 ammo shortages, when there was 9mm ammo shortages, all kinds of ammo shortages, I could always find 357 SIG. I could almost always find 40. So I was always able to restock my carry calibers, and if I had those carry calibers, and I was always able to find something to shoot at the range because I had a gun that would shoot most of the stuff they would have. So I agree with you there. Edgar Cortez says, definitely diversify. I own 25, 32, 9mm, 40, 44, 45, and many rifle calibers as well. See, he gets it. Where are we going to get to someone who says consolidate? Many calibers, ammo runs, and shortages are real. That's definitely true. They are. We've suffered through a few. Hell, and the YouTubers are trying to cause one all the time. Remember, not too long ago, they were trying to artificially create an ammo shortage because the manufacturers wanted to pump up sales. They were like, oh, in 3 months, the government's buying all the ammo and you're not going to be able to get any and you better go out and buy it now. Just fake bullshit to get people to go buy more ammo. John Mandrick, stick to the top ones, 9mm, 5.56, 12 gauge, 2.57 as a secondary. Maybe he meant 357. I don't have any 2.57 ammo. If that's one of the top ones, I'm lacking in that category. Dale Riggedy said both are good ideas. Do both. You can't do both. You can't consolidate all your guns to 1 or 2 calibers and diversify. You can consolidate what you stock and then diversify your collection. But I guess maybe that's what he means, because you can't do both the other way. John Mandrick said 357. I mean, okay, that makes me feel better, because I was like, is there an ammo I don't have? I never heard 2.57. Edgar Cortez also again says, I also own 357 and 32 Magnum revolvers. I was going to say, you better have some 357. Anybody doesn't have a 357 revolver and claims they love guns, well, they don't like guns. They think they do, but they don't. You don't got a 357 Magnum gun, you don't like guns. I hate to break it to you. You think you do. And you might be right now saying, no, he's wrong. I love guns and I don't got a 357 Magnum revolver. No, you don't. You just can't if you don't have a 357 Magnum gun. It's just, I don't make the rules. Iowa Joe said definitely multiple different calibers. You know, it seems like almost everybody agrees. It's like, why is there so much debate on this? But that was Iowa Joe weighing in. He likes to hypothetically stock up on theoretical ammo, I guess, since he's living in a vat somewhere, thinking he's in that artificial state of Idaho. Or Iowa, sorry. Idaho's real, unfortunately. It's Iowa that's not real. Idaho, unfortunately, is way too real. Although I do like potatoes, so I guess that's a positive. Light Blue Oyster Cult says either, but stock up on a couple, handgun and rifle. Yeah, a lot of people, if you're going to stock up, I mean, I diversify because I like to have something for as many guns as I can have for, because, you know, you have to share guns with your community to have a safe community in a bad situation. But I mean, I primarily keep, what I have a lot of is, unfortunately, 45 ACP. Then I have a lot of 357 Magnum, a lot of 9mm, a lot of 5.56, a lot of 308. So, you know, I stick to there's like 6 or 7 calibers that I primarily stock up on caliber wise. But handguns, rifles, I like to have a wide array, just in case I say, okay, I found a box of 308, whatever. You know, if you don't have 308, that's not good unless you want to barter with it. But if you say, okay, I've got a gun sight scout back at home, I can use this ammo. So, Official Tater Hater says, I have 22 mag, 2 357s, 2 357 SIGs, a 380, a 5.56, and a 44 mag. Never a 9mm or a 45 AARP. Well, you don't really need 9mm or 45 AARP. You can have those and still, you can not have those and still love guns. In fact, sometimes I think if someone's got several guns and none of them are 9mm or 45, then they probably respect guns more so. Like the opposite of the 357 mag. Uncle Ed said, diversify, better to barter and keep your face. Keep my face. Why would I lose my face? I don't want to lose my face. I like my face. I don't like it as much now as I used to, but I still want to keep it. I'm not as fond of it as I used to be, and it's not. And frankly, it let me down. It just it didn't hold up. My lips went away. Where the fuck did my lips go? I'd like to know that. Where did my fucking upper lip go? I used to have an upper lip. I don't even have an upper lip now. What happened? No one tells you this stuff when you're young. No one says, hey, enjoy your lips now, because when you're 58 years old, they're going to go away. No one tells you that. That's the kind of stuff they should be teaching us in school. Ghost Shadow says 452 bullets I can load into 45 ACP, 45 Colt, 45 Winchester Magnum, 454, 460, 45 auto rim, and 45 Schofield brass 357 bullets I can load into 38 and 357. Well, that gives you a lot of options. Those just having those 2 bullets around, I guess. PGAR reload is the only answer. We're not really, because if you get to where if shit hits a fan and you can't get parts, that's the same as not being able to get ammo. Now you should be able to reload. It's not a bad thing to be able to do, and it's not a bad thing to have the materials to do, but it's not an essential. I mean, if it's you just don't have the time to do it. I mean, I understand that. I don't have the time, nor do I trust myself to do it, because I know what my attention span's like. And if I loaded 500 rounds of ammo, at the end of the day, I'd be like, okay, did I put primers in all those? Did I just put 1 primer in most of them? Or did I put 2 in some and none in others? And did I put the right amount of powder? Did I forget powder? Did I put too much powder? Because, my attention span ain't that great. I know my limitations. I don't know what's going on there. George Powell, 10 metal. Try that again without the short circuit in my brain. George Powell said 10 millimeter carbine and 3.8 elite. I don't know what that means. I mean, is he saying he consolidates down to you just need those 2 things? Is that what he's saying? I don't know. I'm confused now. But we got Adam Jacobis also weighing in here. Says, definitely diversify. I tried to consolidate once. Too hard to find the right ammo when you put them all loose in the same ammo can. Well, don't put them all loose in the same ammo can. Although I did have a bunch of loose 9mm in a can over here. It was all the same ammo. It was all Minuteman ammo. I had bought several multi-packs of it and emptied it into a loose bin. And then I thought it said, I've got a couple, 2,000-3,000 rounds here that I can just grab and throw in the back of the truck if I need to. But then I go check it one day and they're all gone because my son has shot them all up. There's like 100 rounds in there maybe right now. I mean, if I went over and shook it, let's see. This, I could barely pick it up. It was so heavy. Yeah, there's hardly anything in there now. Little asshole. Kids are assholes. Entitled little assholes. All right. Did I read all of them? I read George Powell's. That was Adam Jacobis I was just reading, and I didn't. Did I finish reading it? Yes. We were talking about the loose ammo in a can. That's how I got to it. George Powell also said, as in consolidate 10mm via carbine and handgun. Oh, he means get just, everything in. He's more of a buy all your stuff in one caliber, like your rifles and your handguns and everything should be. He's a consolidate guy. Knew there'd be at least one in here. But all right, that looks like that is it for today. Everybody has weighed in. Thanks everybody for weighing in. How about you out there in YouTube land? What do you think? Is it better to consolidate, have to stock as few calibers as possible, and have multiple guns in the same caliber, or is it better to diversify? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to weigh in on one of these topics in person or any other topic, come into our live chats. We do them every night at 6 p.m. except for Wednesdays when they're at 7 p.m. So come on in, join the conversation, and then stick around for the open chat at the end where you can talk about whatever you want, because the first part of the chat, we do these topics, and then the last 2/3 of the chat, we do open chat. So feel free, come in, participate. Hope to see you in a live chat soon. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.